welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Gelli Leaf Printed tutorial today. So I went ahead and started this off with a very thin coat of black paint. It was actually too thin. I'm using a 12 by 14 inch Gelli plate. I've got an 8 by 10 here I'm using for my palette. And the idea is, here's all my leaves. I freeze these throughout the winter so I can pull them out and use them. And you've got to wet them, put them in a Ziploc baggie and squirt them with a squirt bottle in the summertime, and then grab yourself a nice Tupperware and put the baggies in the Tupperware, and then you have a whole winter's stash of leaves and they won't get smashed. If you don't do the Tupperware, they can get smashed real easy, of course. So I started off putting on the black paint, and I've got these leaf prints in the paint, and I was waiting for it to dry, and it's dry now. So what I'm gonna do is, let's just do a plain one to start off. I'm gonna put Golden Titan Buff on top of this, and you want a thin layer. I'm just gonna use this as my palette. You want it thin, but you also want it thick enough to stay wet long enough to pull your print. I'm going to focus on this leaf right now and these little ones down here, because this is bigger than my paper, of course. So I'm using Canson mixed media paper. I'm going to go ahead and the reason I'm using the bigger plate on the smaller, with the smaller paper, is I wanted prints all covering the entire paper. So I could have used the smaller one. It might have worked better, but that's okay. We'll go with it. Ooh, okay, so I've got that, and that's almost perfect for a little card right here. Okay, and then this one should be really good. You've got to go thin enough to make it work, but not so thin that it dries. Oh, that's coming out pretty good. Okay, that came out very cool. There's a couple of spots that missed, but you can just touch that up with paint later. Okay, so let's I'm going to go ahead and grab this leaf print, and then I'll show you how to do it. I'll play some music and do a few, and you can watch. And I ended up getting an okay print out of that. Now I think my mistake was I didn't put enough black on to begin with. So I've got this Titan Buff and I want to keep it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear off this. I want to go ahead and get a nice thicker coat on here. I actually want it pretty thick to get some really good leaf prints out of this. So you end up getting two prints in one. This is very thick, so I want this all to dry before I mess with it again. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. batch all printed up now and dried, all dried. And I did use Canson mixed media paper. I'm not sure I mentioned that in the beginning. So the thing I love about using the Gelli Plate is you get two prints. You get the initial print from your leaf, and then you let the leaf print dry on the Gelli Plate, which is the most important, and then put another layer of paint over top of the dried leaf prints, and then you can pull it. So I really love being able to get two. These are going to be in my Etsy store as a kit for you to purchase. This one, I just really love this one so much, how it came out. I'm going to get in there and clean these up a bit in Photoshop before I sell them. Like this one has it's got a mark from the Gelli Plate from pulling it up. So I'm just going to fix these little tiny blemishes, and it is available for you to purchase. Now these black ones, I really love how these came out. I should have kept you close. The next session I will go ahead and film. I'm going to take out some different colored papers and different colored paints and see what I can come up with. But I really love these. They have such a fossilized vibe to them. There's this one. And I just used black cardstock, and I didn't cut this down. I bought the pack. Here it is. I just went ahead and used this black cardstock pack from Paper Studio. This is a product I buy at Hobby Lobby, and I wait for it to go half off. Goes half off every 3 weeks, sometimes every 2 weeks. So you can get a lot of colors and not have to cut your paper down. There's the next one. I like these partial prints. This one is actually kind of blurry, which is okay with me, but I'm going to watch very closely on my next printing sessions that I minimize that or eliminate it, even better yet. But I would still use this no problem, so it will be in the kit. That is something to watch out for, though, when you're going over the leaf with your, whether you're using a brayer or your hand. If it shifts the tiniest bit, it's almost better to just press it and then pull it up. This one got a little blurred too. I still think it's beautiful. I would definitely use this. I've got some full sheets now to show you. So this one got buried because I throw them all aside to dry, and I forgot about it. Otherwise I would have put a print here, and I will probably just go ahead and add a print to this one. This is so faint. I don't think I'll add this part in. If I get a comment that somebody wants this, I will add it, but it's so darn faint. Now here's what you get after you let the leaf prints dry and then go over top with some more color. And this is such a neat, Gelli plates are amazing, aren't they? You can really get some amazing results. This one came out really, you can barely see this leaf print here. There's one here and there's one here, and they didn't come out very good, but this is the start of a great grunge paper. This will probably, I'll throw it in the kit as is, but then I'm probably going to watercolor over top of this and get rid of all the white and just grunge it up some more. I will put it in the kit. Here's some burnt umber prints that I did. Here's a few scrub oak prints, and they're real faded, but I like that. It makes it look like an old fossil to me. And then this side has a bunch of black ones. And then I've got this one big one left, and I just grabbed this piece of copy paper. I was using it to blot off the excess paint off of the Gelli plate, and I got this print, and I think it's really a nice print. So I will be adding that to the kit as well. And real quick, so here's a way of doing it where you can get 2 prints with your Gelli plate. And then I have another video called Venetian leaves. And this is one of the pieces from that video, and in that video it is a tutorial, and I teach you how to put your leaf prints in plaster. And this is also part of a kit that is for sale right now in my Etsy store as well. So if you're interested in this kind of a look, you can hop on over to that video, and I will leave the link in the description box below so that you can check that out. This started off neon green, and I top coated it with black paint. And yes, this is just a whole new way of doing your leaves. Really a beautiful finish. And here's my favorite one of all, is this burnt orange leaf here. And these that I'm showing you now are all in the kit. So these are available now. These ones are available now, and I hope that you make some of these. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I would love to hear what you think of this finish and doing these. And if you have some great ways of doing leaf printing, I would be especially excited to always learn new finishes. So thank you so much for joining me today, and come on back to the Art Archaeologist channel for more great videos in the future. Hit that subscribe button below, and that way you don't miss anything. Thanks so much. Have a great day.